Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nomfundombata. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. But today we're doing something different. So I love reading and I do read a lot. And sometimes I want to read and share what I think about the book, but I don't really have an outlet yet. And now I'm deciding to create one. Here, I'm going to do book reviews. Stay tuned. The book we are going to review today is The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. So I picked this book because when I was searching for books to read, it just came up a lot. And when I read reviews on it on Amazon, the reviews were great and everyone loved it and it was loved a lot. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm probably gonna love it as well. So the book follows two identical sisters, Desiree and Stella Vignes, and they live in a small town called Mallard. So this town is dominated by, or it's a town of people, of light-skinned black people who take pride in their skin color and they don't want to mix with other darker skinned black people. Making one of the themes for this book colorism and racism, which is something important that we should always talk about. And so the twins they have two different characters. The other one is really out there, has a very outgoing personality. The other one doesn't really have an outgoing personality. And then there's also glimpses of homosexuality or the LGBTQI community where it forms as part of one of the biggest themes. So there's that as well. And then the girls at some point move to the city outside of Mallard where they're trying to, you know how you move from Ladysmith to Joburg, they're trying to make a better life for themselves and stuff. So they move to a bigger city where they try to get jobs and stuff and make something of their lives. They run away from home actually. They don't actually tell their mom that they're leaving. They just run away before they were even 16, I think. So when they run away to this other city, they live together until one of the girls loses her job and then she had to look for another job. And then the other twin, Desiree, suggests that she must pretend to be white to get a better job so that she can look after the both of them. And she does exactly that, gets the job, the rest is history. So she starts a life as a white lady because they were so light-skinned that you could mistake them for being white. So it just worked well for her. So she decided to get into this new life, start a new life with a white man who happened to be her boss. And she ran away from her sister as well. So she moved with this man to a different town and never told her sister. So the same thing that happened at home, she does it with her sister now. So the same thing that they did to her mom. Then she moves to a different town and she starts a life there. She starts not liking black people. She never wants to be associated with black people because she's trying to be white, I guess that much. So she never wanted to be associated with black people. She really just behaved like a white person. She kept to herself a lot and stuff. Had a husband, whatever. She had a daughter and had a difficult time loving her daughter. Her sister decided to go back home and be with their mom and just had a daughter, or her sister had a husband, a very dark-skinned husband. So her daughter happened to be dark-skinned as well. So there's that distinction between the two of them. So the other one wanted to be white, but the other one wanted to defy this idea of being so white and being comfortable with actually darker-skinned black people. Yeah, the book is really just about that and how they navigate these lives. The other one going back home to a life that she did not want. So the one that went back home is the one that didn't even want to be there. It was her idea to escape. And then the one who ended up living in the city, in Boston, I think, is the one who didn't even want to go there. They go through things and stuff, but it's about colorism, it's about racism. It's beautifully written in a sense that it's easy to read. You know, sometimes when you read a book and it's just difficult to read because of the language used and the choices of words. You have to look up a word because you don't understand what it means. No. This one is very easy to read in that sense. Did I like the book? Nope. It was so hard for me to read. I read this book when I was when it was winter holidays, but it took me, which means I had more time, but it took me about 2 weeks to finish it. For me, it is because I did not understand why the author had to go into depth about each and every character's life. Like, I didn't see the need for all of that. I felt like it was wasting time, so it took forever to get to the point. For me, at some point, I did want to put it down and just start another book, but then I wanted to finish it. I continued to finish it. So it's a very long, difficult book to read, in a sense, in how the story is told. It's not very coherent. One moment you are following this character, and then the next moment you're following the other character, and you just get lost in between. And because of this style of writing, I feel like there's so many stories that the author had to leave that could have been awesome, like the transgender story, the homosexuality story. That could have been such a beautiful piece, but then we don't really get to explore that as much as we would love to. I think I would have loved to get into that more, because the author has to focus on other characters as well. So there's too much going on, and I didn't feel like it was necessary, in a sense. So for me, I mean, it's the worst book I've read this year. I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it at all. And I feel bad because every review that I've watched, everyone loves it. Everyone thinks it's amazing the way it's put. I do think that she's telling a very important story of colorism and how darker people are treated. That's awesome. I love that. But how the book is written and how the characters are presented, to me, it was difficult to read, because I got frustrated having to read about this character and this family, then having to drop that, and then we are joining another family, and then I have to drop that, and then I go back to the other one, and then there's another one. It's just so much going on that I felt it's just a tedious, long process to read the book. So how many stars would I give this book? I would give this book like 2 stars out of 5. Yeah. It's just not, it wasn't for me. But most people love it. I would think maybe try it out for yourself and see if you like it. I spoke to someone who didn't like it as well, because I was like, am I the wrong one? Am I wrong in economy? But then, yeah, someone else doesn't like it. So I feel like I just didn't like it, and it's okay. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I wanted to like it, wanted to love it, but I didn't. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching my first ever review. If you enjoyed the review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you so much. Bye.